William Dafoe, one of the best that's ever been, but thrust ham-fisted into this movie where there was no reason for it. Monica Bellucci, this magnificent, stunning, statuesque Italian actress. Kathy O'Hara, legend. Even this asshole, Thoreau. Everybody's outside. Okay, Winona Ryder, the shittiest actress that's ever been. She's just...
I swear I'm going to get me a Steam Deck eventually. A little box, and you can actually just push the buttons here to switch between cameras, so you can just hold it down here.
Goddamn technology! I remember when YouTube was whites only!
Welcome to Two Gaming Dudes.
Beetlejuice!
Yeah, only say it twice.
No, I won't do it a third time.
Dare say it a third time.
Okay. Listen, I loved the original, okay?
So did I. I'm a big fan of the original. It came out in my youth, and it came out like right after Pee-wee's Big Adventure, which I also loved. Yeah. And this genre barely existed when this came out. Well, we had this, and I think it was Ghostbusters that came out first and did it.
Yeah, in 1984, yeah.
Yeah. So first we had Ghostbusters that combined funny and scary, and then we had Beetlejuice that kind of did the same thing.
Listen, Tim Burton is my favorite director. Well, one of my favorite directors.
I like him a lot. Yeah.
Okay? This left me a little disappointed. It didn't feel like a Beetlejuice movie, or it didn't feel like a Tim Burton movie.
That I agree with. It didn't feel like a Tim, which is weird.
But I think I pieced together why. But all right, we'll get to that later. Monica Bellucci, oh my God, when she puts those staples on her face, fuck, she's so hot. And of course, I've wanted to fuck Jenny Ortega since I first saw her. Okay.
Now that we got that out of the way, let's move on to the.
There were some moments that were funny.
Yeah,
I laughed at some moments. So okay.
Yeah,
and
there were plenty of moments that I also thought were really well done.
I guess I mostly just found it very meh. It was meh. It didn't suck. It wasn't bad. It didn't ruin the original or anything like that.
No. It definitely doesn't do that. And if you're a fan of the original, I'm sure you'll find things to enjoy in here.
Yeah, I would say this is one where you have to have seen the original. Because, not that it won't make sense, but you're going to miss all the value. You'll miss it if you don't know the original.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Because they don't really do much as far as introductions.
Right.
It's just the same characters, and then, you should know who these people are already.
I guess my biggest problem was that it didn't feel like a Tim Burton movie. And I think a big reason for that was it was filmed a little different, and the music was different.
Okay, so now you're hitting on something that I had a real problem with.
Why the modern music and not a Danny Elfman score?
See, it was Danny Elfman, right?
But they played the original at the beginning, but he didn't score the film. They played modern music, which was great. Really cool bands and songs that I really like.
Sure, but
it's not Beetlejuice. It's not Tim Burton.
Yeah.
It felt so out of place.
So I had a really hard time with the music in this movie, which that's one of the things that I go to the movies for, is the music in the movies. And I'm a big fan of the original, and I'm a fan of Tim Burton and Danny Elfman when they work together.
Right.
They had some fantastic scores.
Right, they meld beautifully. The feel, the visuals, and that sound come together like Star Wars and John Williams.
Right. So where the hell was it in this movie? It doesn't exist.
Between that and the digital filmmaking and the shot composition and Jenny Ortega being in there, it felt like a made-for-Netflix movie.
Yes. It felt like something that should have been multiple episodes.
Yeah.
And they squished it all together into a movie.
I felt like I was watching The Addams Family, or the Wednesday series, all over again. Which, by the way, was written by the same guys.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. Just disappointing. Of course, I've wanted to fuck Catherine O'Hara since forever.
Sure.
Even now as an old lady. I don't care. I'll knock the bottom off that shit. So mostly I just found it kind of flat and dull. I watched it high as a kite. And there was a scene where it switches to black and white, and it's done in Italian.
Yes.
And I wasn't sure if I was imagining that or not. I'm so glad that it was real, because I laughed like a lunatic at that. Because I speak just enough Italian that I was able to follow along and find it funny. I'm like, all right, this is Tim Burton. I get it. That's great. But then it just didn't.
So my problem with it, by far, was there was way too much going on. You had an A plot and a B, and a C and a D and an E and an F, like all happening at the same time.
Yeah.
So you had the girl finds the boy, and the boy is a ghost. But that whole plot line was really good. I wanted that to be developed because that could have been the whole story.
Yeah.
But then you also have the story of her as a TV producer, and she's on TV, but you also have the story of the dad that died, but you also have the story of they had to find the other dead dad.
And Beetlejuice wants to escape.
And then Beetlejuice wants to escape. And then there's
And his
also
ex-wife.
the ex-wife, and it's like, holy shit.
And William fucking Dafoe.
And also William
for some
Dafoe's in
reason.
it. Like, pick a lane, guys. Pick a story and just tell that story. It's like he had 5 stories in his head, and he's like, I want to do them all.
Did he? Or was this the writers? Who are used to writing episodic serials. And so they wrote...
That's true.
To them, what was a film, but it really, in the style that they're used to, episodic serials. I don't know it for a fact.
That's what it does feel like it. It feels like...
a bunch of episodes cobbled together.
Yes. And that was really disappointing, because any one of these stories probably could have been excellent all on its own, but when you mix them all together, it's too much.
Yeah. Scramble them up and pick 2 for your A and B plot, and that would have been enough to drive the film.
Yeah.
That would have been enough.
So that's what I loved about the original Beetlejuice. It is a very simple movie. There's just one thing going on, and then it's over.
Yeah, it's Tim Burton.
Yeah.
PB needs to find his bike.
Yeah. That's your story. The whole story of Beetlejuice is super, super simple. There's a new family moving into a house, and they don't belong there, and the old family is dead, and they want to scare them out, and then Beetlejuice.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. We're done. This one, if they had just picked 1 or 2 storylines and just call it a day.
Tremendous nostalgia. It didn't flop. I mean, it was on a budget of 100 mil. It cleared 440 million. So it not only recouped its investment, it made money.
I absolutely say it's because of Michael Keaton, but he really did just kind of fall back into the role of Beetlejuice, even though he didn't have the greatest script in the world. He does.
I mean, he's excellent.
Yeah,
he's excellent at everything. I've been a fan of his since Mr. Mom, and then in '89's Tim Burton's Batman. That cemented it for him. Like, this guy is. He does not get enough credit for being an excellent, excellent actor. Excellent, and I think Mr. Mom and Batman kind of. Oh, the comic book guy who's Batman. He's not a serious actor. No, he is. He is a serious actor, and Birdman shows you everything you need to know.
Oh
about
man,
how good
Birdman.
He really is.
Yeah, I forgot about that movie.
William Dafoe, one of the best that's ever been, but thrust ham-fisted into this movie where there was no reason for it. Monica Bellucci, this magnificent, stunning, statuesque Italian actress. Kathy O'Hara, legend. Even this asshole, Thoreau. Everybody's outside. Okay, Winona Ryder, the shittiest actress that's ever been. She's just...
Our parents have consented, and you and I are to be married on the first warm, sunny day of spring.
That would be most good, Newland. Most good.
I'm sorry, but she is just awful.
But she fits as Lydia, so it's okay.
Yeah, she's fine as Lydia. I will say this, she didn't feel like Lydia. Does that sound weird?
Yeah.
I know who Lydia is from the first Beetlejuice movie, and now here, she didn't feel like the same person.
No, that's why they thought, we need Jenny Ortega to be Lydia. Well, what do we do with real Lydia? Make her something else. They didn't need to do that.
No, they didn't. And so they just made it weird. And I feel like you could have done a lot with the whole she sees dead people thing. Well, there's your plot J or K or whatever.
Yeah, enough already.
Yeah.
Too many stories.
Way too many stories. I don't know. I didn't hate it. I didn't feel like I was being insulted by the movie at all. It was fine. Like I've seen some movies that are sequels that they're garbage, and I feel angry for them existing.
Yeah, I could still get the feel that it wasn't a money grab.
Yeah.
He had stories he wanted to tell to continue the story, and he told it, but there really wasn't any reason.
No, this didn't have to happen. But I mean, I did again. I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it.
It was fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the replay of the original.
No, I'm never coming back to this.
No, I've seen the original a couple dozen times. I love it every time. This, I've seen it. I'm good now.
Unless one of the main actresses gets naked. There's no reason to go back.
I'm just imagining if you're going to be putting up any visuals during that scene.
I'm just mad that Catherine O'Hara has never done a goddamn topless scene. This is bullshit, man.
That was pretty upsetting. She was in Schitt's Creek. That was like the perfect chance for her to show her. Oh.
Well, she's in her 70s, man. Again, if this ever makes it, I'm in like Flynn, but anyway.
Oh,
yeah,
well.
mostly the movie, you said it.
Yeah.
It was fine.
It was fine. It was just
It was fine.
too many things going on, and because there was so much going on, it felt like nothing was happening, and that's a shame.
Yeah.
I forgot all about the ex-wife, because there's this whole thing in the beginning, and then she's gone. And then she just pops back up in the ending.
And
When
she
she
shows
popped
up for
back
the
in, I was like,
climax,
oh, I forgot you were in this movie.
Who is? Oh, his ex-wife. Okay.
That's right. There we go. Would love to know your thoughts, so comment down below. Let us know if you saw it, what you thought of it.
A lot of people saw it.
Yeah, and I'm glad it was successful. I think everybody involved deserved it. I just wish we had gotten something a little bit better, because, I don't know, will we get a third one now? I mean, financially it was successful, so maybe it'll inspire him to do another one, but...
I don't think Tim Burton is that type. In fact, it makes me think maybe he was pressured into this as a way to do something that he really wants to do.
like the dude that had to do Universal Soldier before he could make Stargate. Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if right. I'm talking out of my ass. I have no idea. But I don't think he would do... I don't think Tim Burton would do a money grab.
I don't think he would either.
And if this was a money grab, we would notice it immediately. We, geek fans, Burton fan, would notice it immediately.
I will say that at the end of this movie, I remember thinking, do they not know how to make movies anymore? Does Tim Burton and Danny Elfman not remember how to make a movie anymore?
Danny Elfman barely... They just used the original score. He didn't write anything.
No.
They just took the original and used it in the opening credits. And I don't know why Burton decided to go digital. Maybe that's it. Because he's not doing fucking 35 mil film anymore.
Maybe.
That
I
threw him
don't
off
know,
somehow.
but the Sandworm was still stop motion animation, I think.
I don't know. You
Or
sure it wasn't CGI?
or CGI to look like stop motion, maybe.
I don't know. It was fine. But I was disappointed. But it was fine.
Yeah. I'm the same. Disappointed,
But it was fine.
but it was fine. It was fine.
There you go.
So there you go. That's all we got.
Yeah,
So
Dick, subscribe.
please like, share, comment.
Yeah.
We'll see you in another video.
Bye now.
Later.